All right, so I'm going to be covering the 4.12 TGA study guide today. However, the study guide for the TGA and the actual real TGA are the exact same thing, the same questions, the numbers just changed. So if you follow how I am solving the problems on this study guide, you should be able to do the exact same thing on the real TGA and get the correct answer. So we'll start here with part one. Number one says write 2/3 as a decimal. And then the second part to the question is this a terminating or repeating decimal? So to go from a fraction to a decimal, you just divide the top number, which is 2, into the bottom number, which is 3. And so if you have a calculator, you could type 2 divided by 3. That's going to give you 0.6666666666666. The 6 repeats. So remember, whenever you have a digit in a decimal that is repeating, you don't have to write out that long number if you just put a line over that digit, only over the digit that is repeating. So since this one is repeating, I'm going to get my highlighter and highlight the word repeating. Go back to my pen tool, do the same thing for number 2. It says write 7/10 as a decimal. So I'm going to divide 7 divided by 10. Type that into my calculator, 7 divided by 10, and I get 0.7. Nothing is repeating. That means it is a terminating decimal. Okay, and when you're writing this on your class kick, you do need to write everything that I write in pink on here. You cannot just write the answer or you will get a 0. Also, you cannot use the text tool for anything for math. It has to be handwritten, and that includes in class kick. If you choose to do yours in class kick, you have to use the pen tool. Okay. Number 3 is the same thing. It just asks it in word form. So it says, Alexis believes that 5/9 written as a decimal is the terminating decimal 0.5. Allie believes that 5/9 written as a decimal is the repeating decimal 0.55555. Who is correct? Explain your reasoning. So to figure this out, we need to go from a fraction to a decimal. So we divide the top by the bottom. 5 divided by 9. And that's going to give you 0.555555 repeating. So I'm going to put 0.5 with a line over the top. And then the second part to this question is who is correct. So we need to see who said that it was 0.5 repeating. And that was Allie. It says Allie believes that 5/9 written as a decimal is the repeating decimal. So I'm going to put Allie right here. Okay, that's all you need to do for number 3. Scrolling down, we have number 4. It says Sarah is scuba diving in the ocean and enjoying all the fish and coral. Initially, she was 50 feet below sea level. Suddenly, she rose 13 feet to see a stingray. Part A says, what numerical expression represents the position of Sarah relative to sea level after she rose 13 feet? Okay, AJ, that's fine. The class keep link. Yes, give me just a second. Let me finish going over the study guide here, and then when I'm done, I have a couple more questions. I'll give you the link to the actual TGA. So give me just a minute. Okay, so part A says, what numerical expression represents the position of Sarah relative to sea level after she rose 13 feet? So to begin, you have to write down where she started. So it says initially she was 50 feet below sea level. Since she was below sea level, that's going to be a -50. Because if you go down below the sea level, that's negative. Then it says she rose 13 feet. If you go up, that is plus. So we're going to do plus 13. Okay, and part A just wants the equation. It doesn't want you to solve it. Part B is where you solve it. So it says, what is the position of Sarah after she rises 13 feet relative to sea level? So we need to solve this expression. And since we have one negative number and one positive number, the signs are different. That means we find the difference. So we actually subtract. So 50 minus 13 gives you 37. And since the larger number is 50 and it's negative, we keep the sign, so it will be negative 37. And then down to part 3, we're given a linear expression here. Number 5 wants to know what are the like terms in this expression. It wants the variable terms and the constant terms. So remember, variable terms are any term that has a variable attached to it. And a variable is represented by a letter. So here we have positive 5x and positive 8x. So I'm going to write 5x, comma, 8x. Then the constant terms are any terms that do not have a variable. So that's going to be negative 9 and negative 7. And then number 6 wants you to simplify. So basically what you're doing is combining the like terms. So you have 5x plus 8x. Ooh, that was a bad plus sign. So 8 plus 5 gives you 13. Keep the x, so that's 13x. Then we need to combine the constant terms. So we've got negative 9 plus negative 7. 9 plus 7 is 16. Keep the negative sign. And that one doesn't have a variable, no x. So if we combine our two answers, it would look like this: 13x minus 16. That would be your final answer.